Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Now in today's video we're going to be doing a little bit of a follow-up to the video that I did last week on Felix Reisberg's Windows 95 application. Now if you missed that video, I will have a YouTube card come up at the top right of your screen right now. I'll also have a link down below in the video description, but essentially what we did in that video is we took a look at an application developed by Felix Reisberg that allows you to emulate the Windows 95 operating system on your computer without needing to download a virtual machine software and go through the whole process of creating a virtual machine. So it allows you to run Windows 95 in a very simple and a very easy way. And I got some really good feedback on that video. That video did really well. A lot of you guys really enjoyed it. And there were a couple of you guys pointing out that this application is based on an earlier project called x86. And what we're going to be doing in this video is we're going to be taking a look at this project right here. And essentially what this isn't even like an application that you download. This is a website that you can access at copy.sh/v86. It is developed by a person who only goes by the name Copy, and what it does is it allows you to run a plethora of different operating systems. As you can see, we got a ton of them here from within your web browser without even having to download an application, which is really amazing, really awesome. This does actually work. I have tested it, and this is actually older than the Windows 95 application, so that's why a lot of people in the Windows 95 app video were saying that there's even an easier method out there, and that's exactly what we're going to be taking a look at today. So over the course of this video, we're going to be exploring maybe not all of these different operating systems here, but a good amount of them, some of the major ones that I think you guys would be interested in. And we're going to be seeing where this website shines, and we're going to be seeing some of the limitations of it as well. That could, make you want to go back to using a traditional virtual machine software. So when you first go to the website, you've got these two main sections right here. You've got the quick start and you've got the setup. So these are basically a bunch of different presets up here that are already set up. But if you go down here to the setup portion of the web page, you have the option to choose your own CD image, a floppy disk image, or a hard drive image. To actually make your own instance of a virtual machine running within this web page. So we'll go ahead and take a look at this in a little bit, but let's go ahead and start off with one of these presets up here. So I think we're going to go ahead and start off with Windows 95. So all you do to get this working is you just have to go ahead and click on whichever one of these presets you want. So we'll start with Windows 95, and here we go. So yes, it is that simple. We are now running Windows 95 within our web browser. This is a full copy, a full instance of Windows 95. Super nice. Let's go ahead and go full screen here so we can actually take a look at this. So, I mean, it's going to work exactly as you would expect Windows 95 to. I mean, we can run programs. We can open up my computer. View all the files on the C drive. It's a regular normal instance of Windows 95. It's just running inside of a web browser. So very much like the Windows 95 application by Felix Reisberg, you have to press the escape key to get your mouse cursor back. And then if I actually click inside of Windows 95, it'll come up with that little box saying press escape to show your cursor. So that is basically how that this whole thing works. So the actual virtual machine portion of the web page is down here in the center, but along the top here we have a few different buttons that allow you to some of them allow you to send inputs to the virtual machine, some of them will pause, and this exit button up here will actually take you back to the main page. But you've got the option to send a Control-Alt-Delete to the VM, you can send an Alt-Tab, you can save a state, load a state, do a memory dump, disable the mouse, lock the mouse, go full screen, or take a screenshot. One thing you will not notice is, and this is definitely one of the major downsides to this, is you cannot mount a floppy image or a CD image, which is something that the Windows 95 app allows you to do. So that is where that using a regular traditional VM is definitely still a better option if you're wanting to run old games. However, this is way easier than setting up a VM. So this is a great option if you just want to test out one of these older OSs, if you just want to see what Windows 95 is like if you've never used it before. This is a very easy way to do that. So let's go ahead and go back to the main page here. And now what I want to do is touch on this setup portion down here. Now you'll see that we do have the option to mount a CD image, a floppy disk image, and a hard drive image. And what this is for is basically creating your own virtualized environment from within this web browser. So say that I want to install or just test out Windows 2000 from within this website. You'll see that there's no option for it up here, but what I can do is choose a CD image of the Windows 2000 setup. So I've got this setup right here. You see I have a Windows 2000 image mounted in here. You can choose the memory size and the video memory size if you want to. You can choose the boot order, and when you're all done, you just click on Start Emulation. And now you'll see that it's going to boot right off of that CD into the Windows 2000 setup. Now I'm not sure if you can actually go through the Windows 2000 installation process from within this, and I'm not going to be doing that in this video because it honestly would just take too long. But there's definitely a future video idea. Let me know if you want to see me installing a computer operating system from within this and see if it will allow us to do that. Since I didn't specify a hard drive image, you know, is it going to allow us to actually install Windows 2000? So that's definitely an idea for a future video. But you can see that there are some customization options to it. You don't have to go with just these presets up here. You can you know, test out bootable CD images. I could see this being like a really useful tool. For example, if you were, you know, using something like Hiron's boot CD and you want to see if it's going to work properly, you can go ahead and mount that in here and start it. So that's basically this whole section here. Let's go ahead and actually take a look at some other operating systems. One of them that I want to take a look at is Windows 1.01. You see it says it takes 1 second to boot because it's only 1.4 megabytes in size. Let's go ahead and do that. And yeah, here we go. We are running Windows, the very first version of Windows, version 1.01, right from within our web browser. So this is actually booting off of a floppy disk image, and that's why that we have this option up here to actually get the floppy image. What this will do is if I actually click on this, it will download a copy of Windows 1. So if you wanted to then take this and, you know, put it onto a floppy disk and put it onto a real computer or even into your own virtual machine software. One thing that I briefly mentioned before but it didn't really touch on a whole lot is this save and load state thing. And so let's say that just to kind of, you know, show you how this works here, let's go into the right application, go ahead and type something out. And so let's say that I wanted to save this and come back to it later. What I can do is, first of all, press the escape key, get my mouse back, go ahead and click on save state. What it will do is it will download a .bin file that contains the current state that the VM is in. Then I can go back to the exits or go back to the main site here, go back into Windows 1.01, and then go up here to the load state. And what I can do is then choose that bin file that I just downloaded. So I have the file specified right here. We'll just go ahead and open it up. And you can see that it now loads that state that I just saved earlier. So that's definitely also sort of like VMware snapshots. It kind of works just like that, except you actually have to download a file onto your computer to store it for later. So if you wanted to actually like work on something within Windows 95 or whatever, you have the option to actually save the state that the VM is in. So that's definitely really cool as well. So like I said, I'm probably not going to go through all of these different operating systems because they all basically work the same way. You go ahead and click on any one of these buttons, it'll load up and work just like you would expect it to. But just for fun, let's go ahead and start up Windows 98 here and just allow this to load. It said that it had Minesweeper installed, so we can go ahead and take a look at that. And here we are in Windows 98. We also have this this sheep program right here, which just brings this like virtual sheep onto the screen, which you can like drag around and stuff. So that is pretty interesting. So I'm gonna go into the start menu here, go to programs, accessories, games, and yep, Minesweeper is in there. Just okay, daylight savings time, yes, thank you. Go ahead and click OK. Let's go back into the start menu here. Not Windows Update, dang it. So yep, Minesweeper works. I mean, I keep saying it just as you would expect it to. So there you have it. That is a look at Virtual x86, again developed by a person named Copy over at copy.sh. I will once again have this link down below in the video description for those of you who want to take a look at it. So is this a virtual machine replacement tool? Like, could this replace VMware or VirtualBox? No, absolutely not, because like I said, it just doesn't have as much customizability as those dedicated programs do, but you can't really expect it to because it's just a web-based application, I guess you could say. It's just running from within your web browser. So yes, while you are not able to run or to mount your own CD and floppy disk images. I could definitely see this being useful for somebody who is just getting started in the world of virtualization, or somebody who just wants to test out these old operating systems. Like if you've never used Windows 95 before and you want a very quick and easy way to see what it was like back in 1995, this is a very simple way to do that. You don't have to download anything. There's virtually no setup at all. You just go to this website and click a button and you're set to go. And it's just very easy to use for somebody who has no knowledge or no experience of using virtualization tools. So I just want to give a huge thank you to Copy over here at copy.sh for developing this tool. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely be sure to give it a thumbs up. Be sure to get subscribed down below and turn on notifications if you have not already to see more videos like this in the near future. And as always, guys, I just want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.